Janet on occasion, and we're back with a brand new invention. Something that's holding me tightly. That's right, it's a Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. And, yeah, you know, I like being poetic occasionally. So, yeah, here, right, we're playing as the Wood Elves. We're against Bordelaux, which just means by the sea in French, which is kind of nice. Anyway, being, you know, basically Bretonia, I figured most of his expensive units would be cavalry, so I've just got all the spears. So I've got 4 lots of Eternal Guard in the front, with 3 lots of Treekin backing them up, so I should be able to hold for quite a while. I've got Orion, just for, you know, beating the crap out of everything. He's such a trooper. And I've also got a Spellslinger Law of Life to keep people healed. Then in the back line, I've got 4 lots of War Dancers with Azrai Spears, so these guys are going to do a hell of a lot of damage if they manage to, you know, get on any cavalry or anything, so that'd be really good. So, yeah, I'm just going to speed things up straight away, actually, because it's quite a while to walk. So, quite a whale to walk? Whatever. Anyway, so, you can see, this guy's army, pretty cool one, actually. So he's got 2 lots of field trebuchets, blessed field trebuchets, which are going to start firing straight away. So I thin out my lines nice and quick, and, you know, get them charging again. And here, though, he's got some battle pilgrims, which they're going to do well against my Eternal Guard. And he's also got a front line of spearmen at arms with shields and some men at arms. And he's got some pox arrow peasant bowmen and 2 normal ones. And here, though, this is pretty scary. So he's got the Grail Reliquary backing everything up, and he's got 2 paladins and Alberic, all on foot though, which is kind of novel. But you know, Orion's on foot, and yeah, he's quite quick, but he's not going to be able to outrun them very well, especially if he's charged in the back by these guys. So you can see here, he's got some Grail Knights, some Grail Guardians, and just some Knights Errant. But still, that's a fairly formidable force. Obviously got a lot of spears, but, you know, nice rear charge from them. That's going to do a lot of damage. So, yeah. So anyway, start approaching. And so as I come in here, you'll see I use the Hounds of Orion in a second on the Battle Pilgrims, because I want to do some damage to them. Because I want to spare some of my Eternal Guard from damage, really. They don't do a huge amount. Probably should have used them on the denser formation, but, you know, it's not the worst. Do actually hit them a little bit as well, so that's fun. But these 2 Azrai Spears I actually send this way, because I know the cavalry is coming this way, so I keep some of my Azrai Spears on this side. I do get them engaged in the fight, because I don't want them taking arrow fire from these guys. So they are going to get rear charged, which, you know, isn't going to be too fun for me, but, you know, they should hold. So also use that bombardment spell here. Unfortunately, my heroes ran straight in. I didn't pull them back in time, which is a bit of a mistake, especially with his, you know, with his heroes here. So I'm going to get these War Dancers in their back line, try and chop through these Peasant Bowmen nice and quickly. But actually, they don't cut through Peasant Bowmen as quickly as I thought they would. I guess the normal ones are better against just sort of unarmoured infantry, but the Azrai Spears are much better against sort of cavalry and things like that. So, so it's amazing, actually. They don't cut through these guys half as quick as I thought they would. I thought they'd pretty much be half dead by now, but no, they actually hold up pretty well. But it's also firing me, so that's something. So here, it charges in the back, which is a bit of a shame. Orion is under a lot of pressure from his paladins and Alberic, especially his paladins though. But the paladins are taking a lot of damage from this fight. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. So over here on my, hang on, is it here? Oh, so I use Born of the Wild Hunt everyone. And I use a, what's it called, regrowth on my War Dancers, because I want to keep them in the fight for longer, especially them being charged by Knights. It's only the Knights Errant there though, but still. So losing my Azrai Spears here, which is a real shame. And it looks like I'm going to lose them there too. They're quite fragile, those units. They can do a lot of damage, but they're fragile. Over here, you can see they've taken almost no damage from these peasants, and they have managed to rout them off. So that's good. On this side, doing quite well, but as you can see, I've got a lot of spearmen running away, which is not good, because he still has a lot of cavalry. Though, they have taken quite a lot of damage. I mean, look at this. They will take about half health. So that's not too bad, but it's still not looking great for me. So, yeah, I've got Orion trying to get away, but frankly, he's got no backup anymore. There's a few Treekin dotted around, but he can easily get his units to me. So, you know, the Hounds of Orion here, just try and break up the formation a bit, try and get out of there. But I just can't get out. So that's really not good for me. So I use 1 lot of spears to stop both of those guys shooting, and I sent another one in the rear. It was over here I sent him, I think. Yeah, just to collapse this line, because this line was doing a lot better. So I was quite happy for them to continue. You can see here though, one of his paladins is out of the fight, but Orion is dead actually. I didn't catch him dying, but yeah, he's dead. So, so that's no good. And my Spellslinger is starting to run, which is really not good news for me, because he's still got a lot of tough units to deal with. And I could use all the healing I can get. So, not ideal at all. But now, he's pulled his Knights out, so I'm just going to collapse on his heroes here. You can see the Reliquary is taking a lot of damage. And now, because I've still got a lot of Treekin in this fight, they should be able to block a lot of these charges and hopefully spare some of my spearmen. My spearmen can deal with these knights. You see the Grail Knights have taken a ton of damage. So now I've got rid of the these blessed trebuchets. I get the war dance over here. They're pretty damn quick, so they should be able to get on top of them nice and quickly. And you know, I've still got enough guys holding off here, but sustained like damage from these guys is going to hurt me a lot. So it's not ideal. Luckily though, my Spellsinger comes back, and so do some of my other units. So I bring these guys back in. The Grail Knights are taking an absolute beating. They are going for my Spellsinger at the moment though, which is not good. So using Arcane Conduit, get another what's it called? Earth Blood on them. So more healing, so that's really good. He doesn't have the benefit healing, so you know, any damage he takes, that's permanent. So that's really good news for me. So you know, he does have the odd unit coming back, but he hasn't spotted him yet. So unfortunately, I'm getting shot at, and Azrai Spears aren't the best against melee. Against missiles. But luckily, he does change his mind in a bit and shoot into this group, trying to help his lord out. Because as you can see, Paladin's getting taken out. Grail Knights are all but dead, and the Grail Guardians are about to go as well, so that's great news for me. This is starting to hold, which is good, because I was worried. Things are starting to collapse at the start, but luckily they've just got such good leadership. They are great at sort of these big fights, and you know, he ran out of infantry nice and quickly, and they were the ones doing the most damage, because you know, obviously the Grail Guardians and stuff would have done a lot of damage, but they're too expensive to be taking this kind of you know, to be taking this kind of assault from all these spears. So that's great for me. So here, now I've managed to get rid of that Paladin, and now I can get my War Dance on something else. So I get them on the Archers, because you know, these guys are never going to get in the fight, and they're not going to be able to defeat my War Dancers. So I just want to stop these guys firing. Over here, though, it looks like Alberic has had enough. He's completely surrounded, and my Spellsinger's still going strong, so that's great. So he comes back in with his Knights Errant, but they're pretty cheap. They're not going to help too much, to be honest, not against this blob. But, you know, it's worth trying. But I mean, look at the leadership of my guys. It's pretty high across the board. So, yeah, just managed to outdo them here. So that was really good. So now they all shatter, and that's game. So that was a really fun one. Pretty huge casualties. You know, I had a few places buckle, but when you look, did pretty well here. So obviously a lot of my Eternal Guard got pretty decimated early on. They were the ones that got rear charged and tried to run away very early. So and yeah, they just got killed as they tried to run, which is a real shame. Orion, 35 kills. That was mainly his sort of bombardment and his Hounds of Orion that did that damage, but you know, he did definitely do a lot of damage to their Paladins, because those Paladins took a lot of damage before they managed to take him down. But still, not good to lose your general early on in the fight like that. Doesn't matter who you are. But Wood Elves do have insane leadership, so if you're going to lose a general with any, you know, with any force, they're probably the best ones to do it. They're the ones that are going to best, you know, sort of cope with that. So you can see here, these are clearly the ones chasing peasants about, and you know, taking out their blessed field trebuchets. So, you know, they racked up a load of kills. These guys, 72. I mean, look, a lot of kills across the board, to be honest, with the Azrai Spears. Because he didn't have the largest force. It was bigger than mine, though. But, yeah, I think that went pretty damn well, considering. So those Battle Pilgrims, you can see, didn't manage to do a lot of damage, which is good. But yeah, even his cavalry, like, you know, Grail Knights, 35 kills. That's not very good. What got the most kills for him? Yeah, it was the Blessed Field Trebuchet. So it's good I shut them down, really. They were doing great. So yeah, he didn't manage to kill a lot of my guys, but he was starting to, you know, I mean, he took out some pretty key units there. Unfortunately, he just didn't chase the Spellsinger off, so she came back. And I think she was a huge plus for me at the end there, you know, when it was just a case of him just throwing all of his guys back in, trying to help Alberic out. You know, my guys are getting healed up, and that was keeping their leadership up and their health, and, you know, it kept their model counts high. So it would have really helped. Yeah, it would have been good for him to chase off the Spellsinger. Especially because I couldn't have caught him with anything else. None of these guys would be quick enough to chase cavalry. And with a Spellsinger on, you know, a unicorn, it's not like she'd get a couple feet and be cornered and, you know, everything I have could catch up. No, they'd chase him right off the battlefield, which would be great. So, yeah, they could have done better there. I think maybe use the Knights Errant, because they weren't really going to do much otherwise. I mean, well, got 23 kills, better than the Grail Guardians, which is insane. But then I guess the Grail Guardians was stuck fighting a lot of Treekin in the back there for a while and trying to chase down Orion. But still, that was it's a pretty crazy fight there. Good fun though, good fun. So Spitner, thanks for that. It was a good one. Hopefully see you on ladder soon. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.